Welcome back. Now we want to go on to the concept of powers. We just want to talk about powers in this lesson. Now this is a familiar thing, I believe, to you, so we just want to make sure that everything is in place. So let's look at a number 2 to the power of 3, 2 raised to the power of 3. In this case, we know that this means 2 times 2 times 2, right? And eventually this will give us a value of 8. Now we know that 2 is called the base and 3 is called the power, and that power 3 can also be called an index. So we are saying that when we have 2 to the power of 3, we are raising the base 2 to a power or an index, which is 3. So that's what simply powers are. Alright, but you see, most of the time you find numbers that have no powers at all, and when there is no power, when no power is shown, it means that the power is 1. You should always know that. For example, let's have 3, a number just 3, like that. It means that the power of 3 is 1. So any number which has no power shown actually has a power, and the power is 1. So we've got special type of powers. We've got what we call squares, which have a power of 2. So squares are any numbers that have got a power of 2, right? Like all these numbers that I'm writing down right here. You should be familiar with all these squares that I have for the whole numbers. In this case, we've got from 1 to 12. So all these are squares. In fact, these are perfect squares. We shall be talking about perfect squares very soon. So you should know all these. You know, you may not need a calculator to calculate these squares. Knowing them by head will save you a lot of trouble and time. So these are squares. We also have special type of powers which we call cubes, which have got a power of 3. For example, these are examples of cubes, all raised to the power of 3. And you should also be familiar with some of these cubes, knowing them by head, right, so that you don't waste time in an exam, you know, calculating 5 to the power of 3 when you should just know that it's 125. So this is what our powers are, and next we're going to be looking at roots in the next lesson.